Good morning and happy Sunday. Let's just have some coffee and let's get you a message. But yeah, before that, because I've literally I was sleeping off this entire week because it's been like one of the craziest, busiest weeks, and on top of it all, I had to deal with the flu in the middle of it all. So you can still see but I needed that lay in. I literally just woke up maybe like not even an hour ago. Sleepyhead. But yeah, we need it, don't we? So this message might be especially significant if you've been feeling similar way for the past week, especially, and if you've been having certain amount of tiredness that you maybe not even used to. Maybe you're a person who normally has a lot of energy, but this recent week has been a little bit heavy on you. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting while I picked up my deck. But yeah, let's just get some cards to confirm what this message is going to be about. High Priestess coming out first, which with this message that we just started, it always means look after yourself. High Priestess energy is always poured into yourself, and also in this deck is very beautifully depicted, what the cosmic energy is, rushing through her crown chakra, and she just accepting it, and this is this is the self-care as well. Recognizing the spirit within and recognizing one's power and understanding that, we are all connected, and especially that we are connected to some kind of higher power in here. So with this coming out first as well, so this is your reminder of that whenever you feel yourself to fall behind, or whenever you feel yourself like you're not doing enough, or when life gets too much, remember that, a lot of things, and we had a moon as well on the bottom when I picked up a deck, so a lot of things in this life unfortunately are nothing but an illusion. A lot of our problems, a lot of our worries, a lot of our feelings even sometimes, we create them based on our experience of the reality, not always as reality is, if that makes sense. And speaking of Three of Pentacles, experience of the reality, and Page of Wands. So this is the energy of taking some kind of charge, control, and also action without thinking. That's my Page of Wands, especially in this deck, when you kind of see this is big energy of screw it, fuck it, let's go for it. I'm not thinking, I had done my evaluating, I have done my pieces, putting my pieces of puzzle together. This is stitching something up. So you stitched up a certain plan maybe in your head, or maybe with this High Priestess, you did you did put a lot of things in the right place in your head, in your mind, in your heart. And with this Page of Wands, it feels that you're ready to go. This is this this vibe that I'm picking up. You're ready to go. There's a Six of Wands on the bottom, which screams the energy of success. And you're also being ready to be seen, or you're being ready. What's the word for it? I had something coming through. You being ready to be seen, that's one. But also more so of you not shying away from being seen, if that makes sense. You might have used to play it small. You might be that type of person who was denying the power. Oh, me, oh my God, me, a psychic, oh, me, and no, I'm just a normie. You're not a normie. This is your confirmation. And also with the Six of Wands is this feeling of it's time to be seen as well, as what I'm feeling. It's time to experience life, most importantly, because you might have put yourself on some sort of back burner for the most of your life. You haven't really experienced life. You might have been too worried about fixing everybody else's life. You're looking at this Three of Pentacles again. But Ace of Swords is coming forward. So this is this new mindset, fresh mindset, thinking in new ways. The old ways are gone. You're not thinking in the same way about yourself, about your life. Because everything starts, and all the change starts in our head. We first have to let our mind absorb the way of different thinking, which isn't always easy. Because, for example, if you used to, I'll give you an example of myself before we get to the King of Wands we have on the bottom, which I feel also speaks of this charge, taking that charge. So yeah, coming back to this mindset and the way we see ourselves. So for big majority of my life, all the way till I was maybe, not to even lie to you, 28, late 20s, I did have this mindset of that, things happen purely always by chance, you know, you have no control over your reality and everything's what's the point, you know, and always living in a big anxiety of things. And probably, you know, in that time, even out of this anxiety and overthinking, creating that reality with the overthinking. Because like they're saying, like, you know, when you think of a yellow car, you're going to see a yellow car. So it's the same as the law of attraction and this law of vibration. So when we are expelling a certain thought, that's how powerful of beings we are. When we are adapting a certain thought for the bigger period of time, this thought is slowly becoming reality because we made it so with our mind. We made it happen. We made it. We literally thought it into reality, if that makes sense. So with this Ace of Swords, here comes the new way of thinking. You needing to drop certain ways of thinking about yourself, about your life, and welcome new perspective. So if you've been talking shit about yourself, or you maybe have not had a very positive maybe hope or approach to your future or something like that, this is like something that I feel you greatly working on, and I feel you understanding now that you, in order for changes to arrive, you first have to start, you know, having a different mind about what's going to happen. And also with the King of Wands, so this is the reminder of who is in charge and who allows, you know, negativity, who allows drama, who allows chaos. It's you yourself. So if there is anything in your reality that makes you feel less like a divine being, less like a person who belongs as a part of something, that means there's a change that needs to happen. There's some kind of a change that you need to instigate in your life. With this Two of Pentacles and this King of Wands. So I feel this refers to you and the power of yourself. Are you going to be giving away that power constantly to other people, to people in the background? Or are you going to take a front wheel and you're going to start making decisions about your life? Because your life is yours. Nobody else's, yours. So are you going to start making decisions based on what you want? What makes you in this King of Pentacles energy, which what makes you rich? But not only in the sense of materialistic sense. This is energetical sense. Are you feeling safe? Are you feeling like you the leader in your life? Do you feel like you calling the shots? Do you make decisions about your life? And so on and so on. So yeah, and especially with these two kings. And also, like, you know, speaking with the whether you are feminine or masculine watching this is like, you know, a big message of needing to remember who the fuck is in charge. Yeah, with the strength as well. So this is yet again an energy and confirmation of, like, you know, you taking control, you taking matters into your own hands, because we have Five of Pentacles in the World as well. So I feel like Five of Pentacles, this is might have been your energy up till now, or most of your life, where you just felt left out on your own in a cold. And also, like, you know, in this image, like, you know, when you see that key by that door, you know, you're always free to go and open that door and let yourself out of this misery, or of this whatever you kind of, you know, this heaviness that you might be allowing into your life as well. But with this World, so this is like coming out on top, and this is also an achievement card. So I feel like, you know, this is what you're achieving. This is your biggest achievement so far, for you to be able to reprogram your mind to start thinking differently, and for allowing yourself to believe that things are possible. And also with the Six of Pentacles, where you deserve to have things rightfully reciprocated into your life. You might have given away too much of your energy up till this point to a lot of people who didn't deserve it. But yeah, there's a Death and there's a Three of Wands. So with this Death, so this is this transformation, an end of something. And I feel like an end of something, speaking also based on this other energies that we have here. So this is the end of your pleasing era. This is the end of you playing it small, that's one. And also you giving away that power and giving away that control. So I feel like, you know, this is the end of that. So this is your confirmation that, you know, yes, you are strong enough. Yes, you've gathered enough knowledge, enough experience. And I feel like, you know, you're finally starting to realize that, you know, putting yourself first isn't selfish, is absolutely necessary. Because in order for you to be the right beacon of hope, for you to be the right example for the people as well, you have to live true to yourself. And you have to, like, even sometimes when you say, something that someone disagrees with, and you giving like a reason for a debate as well in here. So you're just making people think. So never be afraid of that, because you might, thanks to you going through a massive change yourself, and thanks to you growing and understanding the power that each individual has, you, thanks to that, are becoming also an example for other people to step up and do the same about themselves. So all the work you do, and this is a very important work, and you have also like a bigger mission in here when feeling with these cards, and you also might be some kind of spiritual teacher, and in order to be that, and in order to do that, there's a need to integrate all the lessons and past, and make peace with them. And also, like I said, most importantly as well, there is this full acknowledgement of the fact that you are the one in charge, and you always have been. So stop giving away power to other people who don't know what to do with you, what's coming through as well. You, even as a single unit, you by yourself, you can do so much more, and you are so much stronger than actually even letting in people of lower vibration into your life, who may seem like friends. That's also going to be important for some of you, selected few. So also be careful for those of you, because there's one of those things that sometimes we are so attached to certain friendships and connections in our life just because we had them for such a long time. And there's this feeling of like, oh, we're not even friends, we're like, we're more of a family. But sometimes in this, some of you here, guys, in this very tight-knit circle that you have somebody who doesn't want you to grow, somebody who doesn't want you to evolve what's coming through, because they are like way behind, and they can't stand watching you succeeding. So some of you have to be really careful in here, because some of you might lose some kind of friendship or connection when you step up, or when you kind of gain that power and control over your own life. But then that will show you who the real friends are, because a lot of you are about to find out who your real friends are when you step up to your rightful power, because a lot of you are finally waking up to that true power within yourself. And a lot of you in here are also important leaders and teachers and healers. So with that, you're naturally going to ruffle some feathers. And for some of you, unfortunately, it's going to come from the closer group of friends that you might have. And you need to evaluate your friend circle, what they're telling me as well, for you to, if you want to, obviously, step into the highest version of yourself. And if you want to truly discover who you truly are, you need to kind of take your energy back from the places that you of. Doesn't mean you don't have to love your friends or love your circle, but you need to take some of that energy and concentrate it on yourself. Right, okay, I hope that helps. I'm gonna do another reading in a minute. I'm just gonna finish my coffee. But yeah, happy Sunday.